Did you get the other one too?
For life.
Did you do quad too? Okay.
I pushed it, so hopefully it's listed.
Okay. So we will call the Chalmers Council meeting for September 9th to order at 6:03. Everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Ken could not be here tonight, and Josh has the last minute obligation. He could not be here either. So we have a guest speaker tonight. If Josh, you want to introduce yourself?
Wait. Agenda check.
I'm sorry. Like I said, my brain's. Hold on a second. Hold on.
That's totally.
Okay. Again, we are live recording, so if you do have something that you want to say, raise your hand, wait to be called upon, speak loudly, because especially people in the back, they can't hear you very well when you do the replay. State your name, no sidebars, and only one speaker at a time, please. Agenda check. Does anybody have anything they want to add or change?
I have 2 letters to the council.
Okay. All right. First letter from C.W. Heine. Storm drain at the corner of North 2nd Street and Franklin Street needs cleaned, which we have those scheduled for when?
They haven't given me a scheduled date yet.
Okay. So we'll get back with him on that to let him know that all the storm drains are going to be cleaned by AccuDig, correct? Okay. Second one is by Mr. Fisher, Ed Fisher. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Chalmers Town Council for their effort to something lead consumption, reduce lead consumption through contamination of water. In the three-phase project, the enlightened council members were
able to reduce contamination in form and numbers by
nearly 300 to 400% upon completion, then rightfully did not accept the safety conclusions of federal complacency, I guess.
Yeah.
They believed that 0 reading of contamination are more reasonable because any lead should be considered toxic to humans and especially children. F. Edward Fisher.
So is he thanking you guys?
I don't know.
They're being sarcastic.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Because at first
It's
he's
really
It's
thinking
not all
that.
capitals, so.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I'll read that again. But we will get back with Mr. Heine and let him know that storm drains are being cleaned up. Would you want to take care of that with him, please?
And Mr. Fisher down there, I talked to him 3 different times in the last year about his water leak. And he first told me that he didn't have a water leak and he didn't want to talk about it. Second time, I went down there and I said, "Sir, you do have a major water leak." I said, "Somewhere in your house." The third time, he finally let me in. I went upstairs and his toilet's running nonstop.
Oh,
Nonstop. So I shut it off because he can't get upstairs.
okay.
I was turning the water off to it and he thanked us.
Awesome. Okay.
Wait, how's come
It ain't moving.
Hootie's not moving?
I don't know. It's on.
It's not moving. It's just staying on us 3.
That's
Okay.
no. We should all have a turn.
What I get with my finger?
Volume.
There you go.
Oh, there we
With
go.
the crowd in there.
Oh.
Way to get in there. Hoodie. Okay. Agenda check. Anything else? Okay. And guests. We do have a guest tonight to speak to us. Josh, you want to?
Yeah, so I'm Josh Bowser, Bowser IT Solutions. And we do a combination of managed services. So like if a company doesn't have an IT department or an IT person, we're a firm that does that. So we have mostly a heavy ag niche. We do a lot of work in Fair Oaks, take care of all the dairies, Fair Oaks Farms, that kind of stuff. A couple businesses in Monticello. But we spun up an infrastructure division a couple years ago, and we've been doing a lot of fiber builds and camera networks and things like that for small towns. I mean, Monon is my poster child. So every camera that's in the town of Monon that belongs to them, we've done. Their town halls, their fire departments, their parks, their water, wastewater treatment plants. Unfortunately, they're not as tight as you guys are in proximity. So we had to do a lot more wireless stuff to start. Their park board didn't really understand fiber. So now they're going back and spending money to have us put fiber in the park instead of the cheaper wireless solution. But I knew that was probably going to happen. So I really tried to minimize what was breakage or loss, right? So all they really lost money on was the few $100 and a couple radios, because everything else stayed the same. We just put fiber between the buildings. But we do turnkey solutions. So, I mean, we don't hire other subs. The subs are really still me, because I own an excavating company. They have a drill. They come in, they drill, they set the handholds. We come in, we pull, we splice, we finish. Drove around with Kevin because there's a concern from the police department, I think, as well as all of you guys, about security in a couple different fashions. Physical security. Maybe we can catch go-karts a little easier.
That guy.
Probably too soon, right?
You want the complaint?
So basically, there was a few points that Kevin and I looked at before this meeting. I had a pretty good idea of what I thought maybe you would kind of want uptown. Unfortunately, with the timing of some grant money that maybe is available, we're going to have to try to high-level budget swag a number. I mean, we can use some real numbers, some footages of some certain things, proposed paths. I mean, obviously, I don't have time. I haven't been able to work with your utility department. I don't know if there's strategic places where that doesn't make sense. But right now, we would probably put together something that would take some fiber from here up to the park and a couple lateral shots, getting over the water tower and the splash pad and stuff like that, hitting a few of the poles out in your walking path.
Yeah.
And that what that really does for you guys is more than just cameras. So I don't want to take a ton of time. I know this is a town meeting, so I want to try to keep it short, but I want to hit the highlights. You're building a highway. That's what you're building. It's not a real road, but it is, because everything you want to do from this point forward becomes easier and cheaper once you build the interstate. Think about, it was, Hoover's idea, right? Like, let's build super highways. We can branch off of them, and that's how all these towns and things form. So the things that Monon wasn't thinking about was like, okay, once we get done, great, we got cameras. Well, now we want Wi-Fi in the park. Cool. It's super cheap. We're going to pop access points on these poles, plug them into these switches that'll power them. Super minimal labor. And then at that point, I think for you guys more specifically, you're in a situation where you could have one centralized system where the police, town hall, whatever, could see physically everything across town. I do understand that the grant is pretty imperative, because obviously the underground construction is not cheap.
Right.
I think I'm cheaper than most, but I still know it's expensive. When you start talking $11-12 a foot to put conduit in the ground, I mean, it adds up, right? But so that's one project, and I'm told the 15th is when you need to have this magic number by.
That's what I was looking at. Go ahead.
And so anyhow, that's one segment. And so the one thing that we looked at was, because you do have the water tower there, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to be taking infrastructure under the ground all the way to the wastewater treatment plant. That's foolish. I wouldn't get my checkbook out and write a check for it. I'm not going to ask you to.
Yeah.
But because this is local government, there is a 4.9 gigahertz public service band that's only available for things like that. And I'm going to flip a coin and guess that there's nobody else around here that's using that band. And there's plenty of channels that wouldn't matter.
Right.
But when Kevin and I drove down there, I'm not really sure, unless we did some kind of a survey with a bucket truck or something, to see there is a tree line that's there that I can't really tell from the roof if we would see the top of the bell of the water tower or not. Yeah. So worst case, there may be like a utility pole or something that needs set down there to be able to put on a radio or something. but nothing so far that Kevin has shown me. Of course, Jim was busy, so I didn't get to really meet with him. But
Yeah.
uptown, there was a little uncertainty on maybe a couple areas, and then over near where we were at on the other side of town. And that would just be a judgment call. We'd probably just see like what the actual distance is, what kind of path there is to try to give you a number.
So what we're looking at, is it comparable to what you did in Mona?
Yes, but no. It's comparable in that it's obviously the exact same kind of scenario, a park, a splash pad, different
Right.
utilities. But you guys are so much tighter that
Mhm.
this probably isn't going to be an astronomical expense to at least get all the way over there.
Yeah.
'Cause
What
you're
was
2
theirs?
blocks
That's
from
what I
there.
was going to ask. What was theirs? I mean, we can't
Well,
judge it by that
I'd
at
have
all.
to
Yeah.
go back and look through a bunch of stuff,
Oh.
but because they've meal pieced all this, right? So like
Yeah.
we did this one 3 or 4 years ago, and then we did this,
Right.
and then we did this, and they didn't take grant opportunities, so they literally have done this in chunks that they could afford each year.
Yeah.
So to be fair to everybody, I'd have to go pull a number. But when Kevin was asking me approximately how many cameras do I feel like they have, I know it's got to be between 50 and 60.
Okay.
But they did a lot in some places that it didn't seem like you guys would potentially need that. So like at certain park stuff, like inside, outside pavilions. I mean, they had some problematic areas where they wanted some extra coverage.
Mhm.
And they have more concession stands for their diamonds where you're split between you and the school.
Right.
So it's a little bit of apples to oranges, but you are tighter to make the fiber thing make more sense for the bulk of what you're doing.
Mhm.
The other thing to keep in mind is even if we backhaul down to the wastewater plant with wireless, anywhere you have other internet connections at these facilities, like the town garage or down there or wherever, those bills could go away.
Oh,
The
thank you.
connection would only come from here. It would be distributed across all of your properties through your own private network. And then you have total control.
Right.
And then that'll let me segue into the other side of the house. I know, Pam, you and I have talked a couple of times about
Yeah.
cybersecurity.
Yeah.
And
It's a huge thing.
it's a big buzz, but I don't want people to let fear drive the decision.
Yeah.
So as technology translators, a lot of times what we do, you know that there's a risk if you don't lock your house at night.
Right.
Somebody could come up and open the door,
Mhm.
but maybe you have ADT. So even if they open the door, it's still going to signal the alarm. So that's how you kind of have to think about cybersecurity. It's in layers.
Mhm.
So, you have your antivirus or whatever. Then you have some kind of endpoint detection response, maybe a managed security operations center deal or whatever. And it's monitoring behaviors. So is there any way for you to be 100% sure you're not going to have risk of a cyber attack of some sort? No. Anybody tells you that they can guarantee that is lying. That's just me being honest.
Mhm.
But we do have a stack of services that we put on anything that we manage. And it covers a majority of that.
Mhm.
Okay. Behavioral issues, things that look like malware. A team will call us. There's 3 or 4 of us in a certain order. If it's 11 o'clock tonight and a machine at one of the farms is doing something weird, they'll just call us till they get a person. Do you want us to quarantine, remediate? What do you want us to do? And they're watching that like 24/7.
Mhm.
But I'm not sure if the town hosts their own email or if that's through the state with like a whatever.in.us,
It's a
whatever.
mess.
My point is if you're doing it self-hosted, the 2 biggest areas where you're going to get hurt is a computer or email, because there's humans involved.
Right.
No offense to anybody, but that's what causes us all the problems that we have, right? Because you either accidentally open an email and it wasn't real, and now you got crypto and you can't get into anything,
Mhm.
or you accidentally hit an ad when you were trying to click off of a website and it downloads something. So those are the areas where you have the most exposure. If it's hosted through the state or something, they should have some sort of filtering protection in there. If it's self-hosted, I would encourage that's another layer that you should look into, whether you would utilize us or anybody else. You need to have some sort of a first line of defense with email.
Right.
Because that's the biggest one, really.
Yeah.
But we would just need a count of the machines, the users, the network devices, which I've kind of anticipated what I think with the growth, if we would do everything, what that number would look like to try to, because I don't know, I guess part of this also is for cybersecurity, not
Yeah.
just,
It's,
I don't
there's
know.
grant funding out there for
Yeah.
that, whether that would be a separate piece where you do
Yeah.
it differently. The thing that we're looking at now is this SHSP grant opportunity is for soft targets for like parks, public gatherings, festivals and
some
things
more
like that.
infrastructure related
So-
stuff.
And there's a deadline on that. I think the 19th or 24th, something like that. So what do you need from us, and how long would it take you to get a quote put together?
So the only piece that I'm kind of missing that I was hoping I could do with Kevin and or Jim, maybe right after this meeting, or I don't know how long these meetings last. If we could get on Google Earth and drop a few pins in some of those areas that it was hard for me to identify from the sky, because looking at the park's easy.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, it's easy from Google Earth, but with the couple light poles he showed me on the west side of town, I mean, I'm going to have a hard time identifying that from the sky.
Yeah.
And then maybe if there's an area downtown where you were thinking, because that's going to also help me determine if I think it makes sense to take an underground route or not. Because we do have to be careful about, if we use 4.9 gigahertz, we have to be careful about how much bandwidth we're trying to shove through it. Because it is public service band, but it still has limitations on how much actual throughput it can handle.
Right. So once you got that taken care of, how long would it be to?
I don't really have a choice but to get this done by the end of the week, because Nick and I are both going on vacation next week. So we pretty much have to give you some kind of a
Sweet.
budgetary
Okay.
number so that you have what you need.
How much time do you need from one of us to, like Kevin or Jim, to?
Just, I don't know, just pull up Google Earth and start dropping little pins saying these are for sure and these are maybes. And
I can do that.
Okay, perfect. It'll be like an hour, hopefully.
yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, listen, I've
I
been
just-
in meetings since 2
With
o'clock
this,
this afternoon.
yeah,
so-
with this opportunity, I hate to
Well, me too.
let that go, because
Yeah,
that's one thing that we definitely could qualify for.
and I told Kevin, I said some of it may be a swag, but
Yeah.
I mean that's a budgetary number
Yeah.
is a swag a little
Yeah.
bit. You fluff it a little. I
Yeah.
mean,
Because then, depending on where we go from there, we might have to do like Moon on Dead and do a little bit at a time if we can. do
yes,
it.
and I think that's another advantage to working with me / us, the company, is that we're used to this.
Yeah.
We're used to small town budgets and how can we break things up? Because a lot of times what I've seen, and man, I've been doing this in some way, shape, or form for 20 years.
Yeah.
And what I normally see is a company comes in and, well, you take it all or take nothing. No, man, why do I not want to work with somebody for
Yeah.
the next 5 or 10 years on building something? I mean, that's
Right.
beautiful.
Right. Okay.
And there's no reason why you can't pick strategic start-stop points and do it.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, and I think that's why we've been successful in Monon, really,
Perfect.
because
Appreciate
they've
you.
self-funded all that.
Yeah.
I have
Awesome.
2 questions.
Yeah.
So we start doing this, does that mean you need a separate contract through us for
If
what
we-
I have you
if-
do now, or is that
You
all
would
in
become
one?
a contract customer for that. So managed services would be like supporting basically the computers and stuff that are in this building. The infrastructure is all, I mean, if you want us to cover like those switches and those devices, but we don't charge anything monthly for the cameras themselves. I don't know how else to be fair to a customer and to my company other than to do, if this physical camera is broken over on this side of the pavilion, I'm going to charge you time and material to fix that camera.
Mhm.
You know, if something's wrong with the switch, you've already paid and we're monitoring that. We're going to roll a truck or come out here and work on it, and it doesn't cost you anything. But
Right.
on the specific cameras, and that was because of the dairies. I mean, they have so many cameras. I would have been making crazy money, but I wasn't doing anything.
Right.
And I don't feel okay about that. So,
Yeah. So in yours would be, your IT portion would be totally separate from that portion.
yes, this
Because
would
that's
be,
an infrastructure.
Right, but we would
Infrastructure
be a
bill.
contract
Right.
customer
It would be
then.
a-
yes. And
Yeah.
so then at that point, when you need anything, you just call us. And, you know, we have defined in
I
those
mean, basically,
contracts
you've been
what's
doing that for us anyway.
Yeah, the only difference is we define it. So there's critical, normal, low priority, what that actually means. So it's not like what Josh thinks or what Pam or Renee thinks. It's like we agree this is what we say it is.
Right.
And then we're signing that we're going to follow that. And it just helps to set an expectation.
Okay.
You know,
So when you price that out, is that just the equipment and the infrastructure part itself, or is that?
that's what
an
you will
agreement
get
with it.
for that. No,
Okay.
the
that
agreement
will
we
be
set, that's
separate.
easy.
Okay.
I literally have a matrix in an Excel sheet. I just punch in the quantities and it's going to spit out a number. And that's going
Okay.
to tell you what it costs every month to take care of you.
Perfect.
That's
Okay.
easy.
Perfect.
I could have
Fully
that in
understanding.
20 minutes.
Okay. Perfect.
Well, quick for me.
Yeah.
And for you, so we can, roll. I think, I don't know, and the board tell me, but I think if we're doing this in sections, which we probably will, knowing that systems, especially my school system, yeah. I think the park ought to be the first hit with the
Yeah.
cameras.
I mean, it's up to you board members, but I think we need to focus on getting cameras from there to here at the park first, because there's more people there all the time.
To Jim's point, that really has to be done first because I can't get to the water tower to even do anything else like the
Okay.
wastewater
I just want
or
to make sure
Yeah,
everybody
so
was
that-
clear.
that makes perfect. That's perfect.
Okay.
honestly.
Perfect. Good point. Okay.
And in
Yeah.
your pricing, sorry,
Yeah.
in your pricing, you're also going to, for like this part of it,
Mhm.
are you also going to put the rerunning of
Well, that would be a project. So that would be we
You'll-
could do
you'll
a
put
separate
that-
proposed just for running
that
cables. in your
project
building,
too?
yes.
Okay,
Because I
because we know
think
that project needs,
you probably
Right, but
need a little
that's-
more than
yeah.
that. You probably need an access point and then turn that Comcast box into just a Comcast box and put a real router in here.
Okay. So that would be
and then, well, how many cameras were you thinking about?
50 to 60, he said.
No,
No, that was
that
that
vote
on.
Points.
I-
Oh,
I
that's
don't-
what they
I think
have.
I'll
No,
know
no, no.
more when we talk because I don't know.
Okay,
do
you
you want
don't
to
know.
hit 4 corners of this pavilion? Do you want to hit?
Yeah.
Right.
And some of that could change.
don't
I mean,
know
that
that.
does happen. I mean, we got into
Yeah.
some stuff, and then all of a sudden, oh well, we want some here and here too, and
Just some more of the blanks.
we try to oversize the recorder on purpose. But I think Jim and Kevin would really appreciate the fact that if we do this right, and you even expand on it over time, they've got one app and one recorder to hit, and they can look at
Yes.
everything.
Yeah, that would help.
And that's what we're trying to get to where we have one thing, we're not several different systems.
This is one thing that
Yes.
I specifically myself am very good at. Networks has been my life across the whole United States, the government of the British Virgin Islands. I've built them fiber, wireless, you name it.
Impressive.
Well, it's just because I was lucky enough to work for an ISP and the guy just let me turn me loose and I just went nuts learning stuff.
Okay. All right. Any other questions on that? Comments? Okay. So, Chalmers Days Festival is this Saturday, September 13th. Fire department breakfast is from 6:30 to 10:30 here at the fire station. We currently have over 50 vendors, food trucks, cruise in. DJ Ed Gilbert is back to provide music and he's excited. He has a big, huge lineup for people, variety of music, he said. Golf cart poker run, registrations at 4 p.m. by the Legion. Poker run will be from 5 to 6 with prizes and raffles at each stop. We do have 5 stops again this year. And then bring chairs and enjoy the live music by group therapy beginning at 6:30 uptown. Okay, so there's that.
Roads, where are we shedding?
We approved last time 2nd Street from Walnut to Main. That's where the car show is going to be on 2nd Street Hill. Main Street from 1st to 3rd. And that's closed from 9 to 3 for the festival. And then in the evening, Main Street from 1st to 2nd is closed until, what do we say, 10? 10.
11.
Oh, 11.
Just 10,
10
I
or,
think.
I think it's 10. Yeah.
It's 10 for the festival, but we said 11.
For cleanup.
Clean up and stuff, yeah.
There was the main sit down and
Okay, subject on the Legion. Well, apparently, since we purchased the Legion, I called and we went and looked at it the other day to see, because we have people that are actually wanting to rent the property. So we looked to see what it was going to take to get that cleaned up and get that going. Well, I called John Parnley from insurance, and we do not have insurance on that building. Have not had since we bought it. So he said he sent something to the clerk that we needed information on heating and air, the roof, plumbing, and something else, and electrical. So I'm very concerned that we do not have insurance on that building, especially since we are going to be renting it out. And Rebecca was going to work on rental agreement for that.
Right.
And what else did you need from us for that?
Well, yeah, and obviously we don't want to rent it out until we
Right.
have insurance on it.
Exactly.
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 Absolutely no. So, just, I mean, and were we thinking just bring the space and not kitchen area kind of
Right,
stuff?
no
Right. Initially,
kitchen.
just the space itself.
So we'll just do the space and the restrooms.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we'll do an agreement pretty much just like the
Yeah.
pavilion one that we have.
Because the
It'll be
kitchen
great.
doors can be closed and that kitchen window thing can be closed, so the kitchen is totally off limits.
Who wants to, I mean, are you having them contact Renee, Linda, somebody up here to get on like a calendar, or how are you going to receive the calendar? for
We'll have
that?
to
What are you
decide
guys
on,
gonna do?
yeah, we'll have to decide on that.
So he said he sent a separate email for The
back
Legion.
in like January, February, something. He sent it a while back. Because I was quite surprised when I found that out.
Yeah,
I've
me
been
too.
trying to get him on the phone for the last 3 days, and I've left messages on every phone number that I have for him and emailed him, and I haven't got a response. Other than he did say he needed that information on those items.
I know I filled this out. I filled it out the same time as I did out the Wessel building. They were in the same email.
Yeah, he
I mean,
said-
I'll just resend it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all I can do. But
yeah, he said we do not have insurance.
did
on
you
it,
happen
so
to ask him about the Wessel building
I
then?
didn't get to talk to him.
Oh, no.
So we need to get that taken care of.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yes.
On the Legion building,
Mhm.
the roof, I would suggest if somebody had a drone, they could take photos of it.
Yeah.
It didn't have a tear in it.
Doug, who did we talk to? Who did you talk to on that? Was it Dan? On the roof? I don't remember. But yeah, we've got to get all that stuff.
It's been over
figured out.
20 years
Yeah.
because that's how
No,
I
'cause
know I
somebody
filled it
said
out.
They just redid it not that long ago.
Yeah, who told me that? the
Yeah,
other day?
I thought
We were
Dan
looking at
did.
a picture, the roof.
The roof.
Roof ain't been done in over 20 years.
It looks terrible on satellite view.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks
Yeah.
terrible.
Well,
It hasn't
and
been
I mean,
done.
I
Yeah.
took pictures today of the back of it. The back of it's just peeling just like
Yeah.
the Wessel building.
Yeah.
And I'm really concerned that the Wessel building is not insured because that
Well,
email
remember
came
we asked
together.
about that when John was here with you and I, and he said yes, that one was on there.
Well, that email was together.
I don't know, but he specifically
Well, I'm gonna
said
look
we
for
did-
it and redo it,
So we
but-
definitely need to get that
Right.
taken
You
care
might
of.
lose our entire dollar.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm concerned concerned about is ADA compliancy. When that was offered to us, to my husband and I a few years ago, they said that we would not be able to use it for anything once it changes hands because it was grandfathered in to the
Legion.
Legion.
Yeah, I think so.
Usually that's not a property only has to be updated. You usually do that if
You're
something changes.
Right, if you change it.
Changes to it.
Remodel
you're
it,
gonna
add
remodel
on.
You're gonna do those sort of things. If you're not
Okay.
doing anything different, I don't think.
I just want to make sure
Which
that
the
we're
one thing
compliant
we-
because that's a big
Right.
push right
But
now.
the one thing we are going to do is when you look at the bathrooms, there's a bookcase, like a glass case here, and there's a file cabinet behind it.
Yeah,
So the guys are going to move that so you can have a straight shot to get into like the women's restroom.
right. That would
Because
make
now
it
you have to
bigger,
go down a
a lot
little
bigger.
thing to try and
thing,
yeah.
And I think it already has the bars in there, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Pretty sure it
Yeah,
does.
they're not too far out of compliance
Uh-uh.
anyway
Right.
at that point. Question.
Yes.
Josh Bowser.
Yeah.
Well, you should state your name.
Thank you. I appreciate
I
it.
forgot.
I run board meetings. I know what it's like. Are you gonna want cameras on this building?
Yes. And
I
it's
need
right
to know where
uptown.
it's at, so
It's right uptown.
memory bank that,
Yep.
if you would.
Yeah. Cameras will be for all town properties.
I assume that
Yeah.
this time I'd ask.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good question though. Oh, the other question I had, the $10,000 that we got back from the Legion, what did we do with that?
I thought I saw that in here somewhere. When I was looking
We got
at
it back when we signed,
Right
when
off
we,
the top
yeah.
of my head.
he gave us a check, but I didn't remember hearing where it went. So if you can check into that.
I
Did it go back
actually
to
think
the
it went
Legion?
back into the Legion because we had a Legion line item, but I would
Yeah.
have to look.
I thought I
Okay.
saw $12,000 somewhere
Because I know originally we had,
in SBOA report. That's probably Wessel building roof.
oh yeah, that's Wessel Building. Had 12 something in it.
Well, okay, but this.
No, I know what he's talking about. I
I found it there somewhere. I was just looking at it before I got here. It may take me a minute.
Okay. I don't think I brought the report.
I didn't either.
To look at that.
but I can look at that.
Yeah. Look at that and let us know because I remember he was writing that check and he gave it to us, but I don't remember what we did with it for sure.
I remember asking you where I should, for some reason, I think there was still a,
Because the original $2,000 was from, it was from the original $100,000 we got from the
Right.
windmills. It's up to $10,000, 2,000 increments went into separate operating accounts, and Legion was one. We gave them 10,
right.
and some of the others.
And then rainy
fund,
day. And,
yeah. Okay, so we'll look into that. For the fire department contract, we tabled that for till today. So the 22.5. Our question with that is, where is that coming from? Which I have a question on the. I just had that. On the fire department, it has on Form 1, I got Form 2. On Form 1, it shows gas or utilities. Gas, $3,000. What is that for? Because they pay their own fuel expenses, but yet we pay the building
right.
as
The
part of
gas
contract.
is the utility, the gas utility. We pay the whole gas utility.
But they heat with electric, don't they?
Isn't that electric over there?
Mhm.
Isn't that electric?
Gas furnace.
It is a gas furnace?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have to keep a certain temperature so the water lines don't
Right.
freeze on the trucks and everything, so that's why.
But there's still 3,000 in there from when we started. So that's why I was curious, do they get a separate bill
No,
for the gas?
no.
We get the bill for it.
So there's still, when you look at the fund report with
Yeah.
investments, there's still
Under
3,000
that
in there.
Form 1.
Then there must be then it has to just be coming out of, no.
It still
I'll have
shows
to look at-
$3,000.
Well, Form 1 would. Form 1 was just the beginning of the year, what was put in there. That doesn't show you what's been deducted from there.
But it makes it look like there's still $3,000 there, like it was nothing was
Well,
used out of it.
No, Form 1 is what we put in there.
I mean, it wasn't.
It will show no expenditures out of there. We can go over that tomorrow. I mean, we
Yeah.
can look into that
We'll pull
tomorrow.
that out to look at it tomorrow, but it still showed.
Yeah, because I've been paying that utility part of it
Yeah.
out of,
It was just the way it looked on the
Yeah.
report.
and
It was
3,000
funny.
doesn't begin to touch.
Yeah, but we were talking
bill.
about where the other 250, 2,500 would come from.
Right, and the other 2,500, the only place I know, did you guys get a chance to look at that thing I sent you that has the projected, I sent it in an email to every one of you, what our cuts are from.
Form 2, yeah. Yeah, Form 2.
So, the park,
Where
yes.
would we normally pull that from? If we had, if we did this on an annual basis, where would we normally have pulled?
general operating.
Okay.
So
And which is being reduced from, so I guess the way I look
about
at that.
$12,000
Right,
reduction.
but we are also earning interest on our checking accounts and stuff that we never had before. So we're kind of offsetting that. What we're losing in,
Go
'cause-
ahead. But,
yeah,
just-
because what we're losing through the new House bill, we are gaining in interest on our accounts because we never had that before.
Not nearly enough.
But
We're
it's,
only-
it's better than, I mean, it's,
Right, but what
it
you
takes
also
that,
have
knocks
to,
that number down. Is what I'm
What-
saying.
they also have to remember is they're saying their bills are going up. So of ours.
Yeah, everybody does.
I mean, like
Mhm.
ours are not, and we're trying to run a
Yeah.
whole town. So,
Right.
so, I mean, you can take it from general, but what I'm going to tell you is who in general are we giving the cut to? Are we cutting police department? Are we cutting? Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? Are
What
we
can
cutting?
we cut? That, I mean, that needs to be in our budget discussion. What
Mhm.
can we cut?
Right.
Right.
And that's why, like, we need to have a serious sit down
Right.
because we have to deal with the fact of the cuts that we've already got,
Right. Which that's
Where
one of
those
the
are
other
coming
topics
from.
I have is that because we've been trying to do this since July is meet to get the budget thing done. And we've got to have it done by September 13th in order for it to be 19th to be entered into Gateway. So we need to look and see when can we meet. It has to be a public meeting and it has to be 48-hour notice. So, and public is allowed at that meeting, but no public comment. It would just be basically sitting and listening to budgets and numbers and things. So,
I'm good on the 15th or 16th. It could be Monday or Tuesday.
That should be good for you.
Tuesday would work for me. 16th. maybe?
I don't know, because I don't know when they're gonna start
No,
harvest.
sure.
I think it's after that, but
Okay. So Tuesday, September 16th. At what time?
Wait a minute, let me make sure, because I will have to be there.
I can be here at 5:15.
5:15. So if we say, would 5:15 work for you? 5:30?
Who knows? Yeah.
Let's say
It doesn't
5:30.
matter. 5:30.
You say Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday the 16th at 5:30.
The 16th?
16th.
That'll work for me.
I'm gonna work on it. Okay, so Tuesday the 16th, public meeting, and then you'll get that advertised for the 48 hours. Please and thank you. And then let us know on your schedule. I'll have to let Josh know.
That one I no longer have to post. That I will not have to post in the newspaper.
No, just on the door. Yeah, just on the door. Okay. So we've got that one scheduled. And then we can,
Now, you guys do realize still be kind of working on it by yourselves.
Yeah.
So we can compare because we'll have basically have to be done that night.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have a couple days.
well, we'll have a
after
couple
that.
days to finalize it. Yeah,
Right,
to go
after
back
that,
over
but
it. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah. So it could be a lengthy meeting. Just be prepared.
Yeah.
And if you can bring your Form 1 and Form 2,
And
or
I,
if you can print them out.
I've been breaking down line items. So Jim, I'd like to get with you to like break down your line items so it makes it easier for everybody to see. This went to fuel. This went to,
Sure.
like what line items you would like to see.
Absolutely.
Because then we also have to break apart a budget for the superintendent for public works, whatever we wanted to call it.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And it is going to be, it's one of those things that's going to be trial and error for the first year. It's not going to be exact numbers. Tomorrow when I come in, we're going to look again to see if we can't find those reports that'll give all revenue and all expenses.
oh, we
by
can, I
month.
can get them, but what? They're like 200 pages long is what we
Yeah.
ran
And
into.
we may just have to send them electronically and.
Yeah.
people
I
can
did that
print what they
once.
want. Yeah.
Did you guys did any of you
I don't
look at
remember.
those?
Yeah.
I didn't get anything that big.
I
It-
got
it-
88 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 80 some
I sent one
pages.
that was like 80 some pages that
Yeah.
shows you expenditures. Now it doesn't have them broken down.
That's
Like-
the thing. We need to categorize. We need all this
You
stuff
can't-
all
yeah.
together.
Not
know
on this
how
day
much
this,
we're
this day
spending.
that. Yeah.
'Cause
Right.
I
And
don't
that's
know
why I
anybody
want
in
to
this room
do,
has time to go through every last little thing.
trust me, I
Yeah, it's
understand.
your
So
job.
So the other, well, the
The
other.
line, but
yeah.
that's why I want line items. They've never had just the specific line items, and I want specific line items. So then when you say, how much did the utility department, that's my chair, by the way, the utility department spend on fuel,
You know.
I've got it.
Yeah.
Instead of having to go in to operate like machine, I was telling him today, there's like machinery and equipment,
Yeah.
and then there's,
It's too general.
what is it? Machinery, equipment, and
Repairs.
supplies
yeah,
and maintenance.
supplies, yeah.
And so to break those down is
Yeah.
I mean, so they need to be,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so they need to be
Like to put it in maybe a little more broad
Specific.
categories. I mean, so you go maintenance is maintenance on every piece of equipment, every truck we got,
Mhm.
that's that.
yes,
Sure.
but it'll be in like police department will have that line item.
Exactly.
They'll have that,
That's fine.
yes.
Each
That's
That's
department
what
should
we
have
need.
that,
But
yeah.
each
Because
department-
right now, the way it's set up is
But,
Yeah.
yeah, we don't.
For me to
Supplies could mean anything.
to-
Yeah.
for me to go through line by line and figure out, because, like a lot of things that like Doug and them purchase or whatever are split at least five ways.
Yeah.
So figuring his their budget is a little bit harder
Right.
because
But as we go
because
into
it comes
this-
out of utilities
Yeah,
and stuff
but
like
as
that
we
too.
go into this, like I say, this 2026 is going to be it's not going to be an exact
Right.
but we still have appropriations we could do either throughout the year, at the end of the year to
We
adjust
can
that.
bolster
Yes.
the budget
Figure and move.
if they run out or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
Because, I mean, we're kind of looking at putting some things in their budget that were normally special
General.
appropriations.
Right.
Because it just makes things flow better, and makes the management of the department easier, and
Yeah.
whatever.
And then we know exactly what we're bringing in and exactly what we're spending.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, as you're going through your forms, also look at those categories to see if like office supplies or repairs, if that's something else that we couldn't break down further, that we can, when we come to the meeting on the 16th, that we can talk about that too. So we can like narrow it down.
Yes.
And then we can make a legend thing that office supplies, for park department, office supplies is this. For public works, whatever, that office supplies is this. So that way everybody can
Right.
look at that and being like, oh yeah, well that's what comes out.
Right. And that's what
Yeah.
I've been working on, because that is the only thing that makes sense, because the way it
Yeah.
has been being done from the past is,
Yeah.
It's here,
Big
there,
folk,
everywhere.
nobody knows.
well, it's
Nobody
just hard to
knows.
pinpoint. Well, yeah, it's
Yeah,
very hard to
pinpoint
pinpoint. And
Yeah.
like when you guys are asking for that, I'm like, I can do it, but just to do like 3 or 4 receipts takes,
Yeah.
you know?
It's
Time
10 minutes.
consuming.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Wessel Building, where are we with quotes on that?
Oh, still waiting on quotes.
Okay.
Scott sent his computer to the accountant, so she has it, and so I don't have his quote.
Okay.
So anyway, I will have 3 estimates by next meeting, not the 16th, but next
Okay.
regular.
Perfect.
And gas, we're working on that. It's gonna be cheaper to run 1 meter instead of 2, like one for the generator and one for the building, so, but I don't know how much yet.
You
I
said
don't
one
know how
versus,
important that is to break that out.
you said 1 versus 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
just meters, and, I don't have a quote from the engineering department at NIPSCO yet about extending the main off Earl Street, bringing it over, so.
Can we use propane down there?
Okay,
Would it be cheaper to do that?
depending on what NIPSCO says, yeah, maybe.
Well,
That's
what
very
I was going
possible.
to bring up later on the NIPSCO, my eyes were opened very wide this month. So let's just take the Legion building. For the Legion building, we used 88 cents worth of gas. Okay.
Pretty good.
Interstate transportation and storage charges and delivery charges brought that bill to $74.89. The delivery charges for natural gas for that building, but wait, you'll be surprised, were $68.36 for 88 cents. So then when you go to the town hall, we used $2.08 worth of gas this month. And then the interstate transportation and storage charges and the delivery charges brought that to $72.65. So we're looking at $68 worth of, basically $68 worth of transportation fees, or delivery charges. So I looked at a resident here in town, and he used 12. Wait, did I say 12 for us on the town? Okay, $12 and some odd cents worth, and his delivery charges were $43 or $47. So I called NIPSCO and I asked NIPSCO like a we want to know how are you guys figuring this delivery charge? You know, it appears the more gas you use, the less the delivery charge is, which is still astronomical. I can't wait to see what our gas bill is for this building come winter. It's going, so so Doug and I were talking, like, maybe the better route over there would be to go with propane.
One thing I used to do, when I lived in Brookston, I heated with gas and everything else was electric. So I heated water with electric. So I'd shut my gas off at the end of April or whatever, and wouldn't turn it back on until October. And it cost $35 for a hookup fee, as opposed to paying
Right.
that
Right.
whatever you're talking about. And so that was one thing I did. Now I heat water with gas here in town, so I got to pay it just like everybody else.
Right.
So that's one thing.
Well, so what I worry about is we're trying to figure out what to charge when we rent out the Legion.
Sure.
So I have
We have to weigh all
nothing,
those
like I have no legend or whatever you would call it to look back on to see, to
we
figure
have
that
no history.
for you guys. Yeah, I have.
Nipsco might have a
They
history
should,
on it,
yeah.
don't
Well, but what they did was they kept and we can do the same. What the Legion did was that building was kept at 50 degrees.
Just keep
And
Sure.
then each time somebody rented it, it was turned up.
they? Mhm.
But if we're having somebody come in every Monday, we're going to use a lot more than what they
Sure.
had used because they were only open the one day per month.
What did we
normally.
pay to heat it this winter?
We did.
We didn't.
We had to shut down. It was the
How did
15th.
the pipes not freeze?
Well, I
We had
mean,
the everything was blown out one day.
yeah, they
Lines were
had
blown out.
shut it down for the winter. They had winterized
Out
it.
to there.
Didn't know that.
So it's been, the average has been that 78, 70, whatever, every month. But I don't have anything.
Can you call
go.
Nipsco and see if you can get a kind of a history on
Yeah.
average for last year?
But like I said, it's
Because
basically
they at
only
least
going to
had, they at least would have had to done that during the winter months when they did their fish fries. once a
be
month.
right.
So it would be the same thing as like they go in there during the day, turn it up and
Right.
Yeah.
But if we're doing it every Monday, then you have to know that you're going to have that.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and we're going to have to make sure we remember.
Yeah.
As soon as they're out, shut it down. So that's what I just wanted to
Yeah.
let you guys know. And that's what made me worry about putting natural
yeah.
gas down at
And
the
looking at all this,
garage.
it's basically just looking at to see because we're trying to cut expenses. So basically, it's just looking to see, is it more feasible to do gas? Is it more feasible to do propane or other options?
Right.
So
But I
even though
thought
we're
you
looking
needed
at
that
that,
info.
yeah,
No,
even though we're
and-
looking at that, it doesn't mean that we're
I mean, it's
set
just,
in stone. Yeah.
it's the easy button to have gas service there because it's more reliable. Everything's better. But, when you run on LP gas, like for the generator, for example, it will put out more kilowatts, and have better efficiency on LP gas because there's more BTUs per cubic foot that's going through the engine. So yeah, that's definitely a thing. But LP gas costs more than natural gas by usually 3 times.
Mhm.
So what we're trying to figure out is it feasible?
Feasible.
I don't even have an idea yet. The guy won't even how much it even costs to extend the main, put service in.
Yeah.
That might kill it right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought I better tell everybody, like
Yeah.
Legion wise and
We owe it
The
to
town hall.
well, we owe it to
Sure.
ourselves and to the residents to see what's more feasible.
because those
Yeah.
are bills that,
That's what
we
we took
didn't-
an oath to do was
Right.
figure this out
Mhm.
and make sure we're doing the best
Right.
thing for the town.
because those bills we didn't have in the past. And,
Right.
But I
and we had
know
more money then.
for sure, us paying wholesale electric costs to heat that building is way higher than any other thing we could do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And we're not tracking that expense.
Right.
So
And
Yes.
it's like,
Yes.
somebody help me on this.
Yeah.
It's my understanding, we're gonna heat more of the utilities garage. Is that
Yes, potentially, yes. Which it makes no sense to me why we had each end has a heater and this in the middle section was not heated. So we already have two. Is that exterior wall on the back? Is it insulated?
Not on the middle.
Not in the middle.
South or not.
Yeah. So we have the two inside walls. So we'd have the north and the north and the south and the ceiling to close
I can
off.
explain that.
Okay.
When we built that building, we had in there one bay, one on the east side, put the utility truck in.
Okay.
Electric truck.
Mhm.
We had to start it, and run it out. It's winter out. We had to have those hydraulics warm.
Right.
So we heated that one bay. The other ones, we still need to heat.
Right.
Well, we still
What's
have to heat.
changed?
Yeah, we heat the west one. It's already got heat in it.
Yeah, but I
The
don't know.
west end does, the east end
East end does, the
center
middle
don't,
section does not.
Because when you built that, you had it for cold storage.
Yeah.
But also our
Okay.
bathrooms in that cold storage.
Yeah.
And you had a little wall heater in there that quit working, so now we use a milk house heater. But we're looking at our equipment too, that's stored in there. You know, gas lines freeze, all kinds of stuff. I mean, on lawnmowers, all of our equipment, tractor, you can't get the tractor running when it's 10 below or whatever because it's frozen up.
Right.
Well,
And
that
there's,
diesel's start from John Deere.
that's down there, don't, you gotta use either.
but the other part of that, heating that center area is that as much heat as you're losing through both of those walls that are heated, like so on the east and the west side,
The fight.
those two walls are bleeding heat into that non-heated place, and that's just going out in the atmosphere.
I understand.
So if you take those out and take that insulation and put it on the north and the south wall, then you quit losing that heat. See what
Why
I'm
are we
saying?
heating it anyway? I still don't.
Well, we
That's
need
right.
that. That's
So
what Doug
equipment.
just said. We need it for the more equipment that we have.
In the bathroom.
bathrooms.
And the bathroom, of course, plumbing. So it makes more sense just go ahead and heat the whole building because it's going to cost you about the same as not heating the center section.
That, the bill for that heating comes out of utilities. Is that correct? We pay that bill?
We don't have a bill right now
Yeah.
because nobody's
we do.
ever tracked how much it costs.
Yes, we do.
We
I
do
pay
have, we have
I
stuff
pay that
metered
bill
now.
every month.
Yeah, we have stuff metered now, but we did not have before.
Correct.
We were never
I pay that
metering
bill.
any
Right.
until we got our automatic read meters. We were never reading any town property. No, there was not a single town property other than town hall that was being metered for electricity or water. So now we are doing that, so we know what our consumption is.
The,
Same way with like the splash pad, we now have that metered, so we know how many gallons. I mean, the town pays for all that.
the advantage of that is of that being electric down there is I pay that bill out of electric to the town of Chalmers,
Mhm.
or from the town of Chalmers Electric to the town of Chalmers Electric.
Yeah.
So we're
There's a wall.
we're not losing. Yeah, it's a wash
Right.
on electric.
Right.
If we go natural gas or gas, that's money that we're losing. That's money that will be paid. That will have to come out of general. To you get what I'm
But
saying?
No,
That
I
that's
don't, because
that's money
the
we're
cost
losing.
of that electricity still has to be paid to IPA. We're purchasing that electricity, so it's not a wash.
Well, yes,
It's a negative.
Right.
but then we still have. If you go out of there and go to gas, then you still have the cost of the higher cost of the gas is what I'm trying to say.
I'll get it.
Okay,
Instead
let's move on from that.
Yeah.
Rebecca?
So we need to set a tech meeting.
Mhm. Okay.
I assume we would probably do it before our next
We
one
can.
that I will be at, the first one in October, right? And do the notice for that, so that's okay with everybody. That would be October 14th. at 5:30,
What date?
October 14th.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you gonna be doing budget things at that?
October 14th is the
It's-
last day to post a notice to tax. Wait, let me
We
read.
have to
Oh,
read.
by the way, I wrote that up there for everyone's.
Um,
Last day to post a notice to the papers, budget form 3 of proposal 2026 budgets and net tax levies. No,
we actually read the budget, the first reading on,
Is that when you do that?
yeah, we do the first reading at the first meeting and the second one is the second reading.
So you don't have any public hearings probably before, or you,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe you're going to do one on the 14th, I don't know, are you doing that on the 24th?
the 14th is the first public hearing.
Okay.
And then the 24th
Are
will be
you,
the second one.
are you gonna schedule that just like right before the meeting, or right at 6 o'clock, or do it from 6 to 6:10, or? I don't know.
Last year we did it at
Right
six,
before.
we did it from like 6
Yeah.
and then,
So 5
Yeah.
went in, right?
yeah,
So we could do a 5:30 tip meeting.
Yeah.
We just need to do.
So 10.
And that was October 14th.
Yeah.
Won't be there.
We can do that at 5:30. That.
You won't be there.
TIF board.
And you'll do that here.
At what time do you say? 5?
5:30.
Here, post.
And so, and you know, the posting of it has to have all of the members'
Election days.
election dates, in
Yeah.
it, which of course is yearly, so
Yeah.
we all,
Mhm.
they're elected every year, so it needs to be clear by. That's the only thing else that needs to be on that posting.
TIF board.
So
Like
any
all the
board
tip-
members,
TIF
any
board.
board members that are elected officials, their election,
It's any
Yeah.
board member, all the board members, when they were elected on,
Yes.
how long their term is. has to be
yeah,
listed.
their term.
So
And
you're
it's all
talking
one
TIF
year.
board
Yeah.
members.
Yes, the
Yeah.
TIF board members. So,
When
and
they were
all of them
elected.
are yearly elected, so
Yeah.
they're all expired January or December 31st.
Yeah.
And this is on the 14th.
And that's
For TIF.
TIF. Who
Committee.
is it? You,
So
Me,
it's
Lee,
Lee, Pam Heiner,
Pam,
Karen Allen,
Terry,
and David.
and Dave. Yeah.
okay. Okay.
I've already got it at 5:30.
That's
Put
weird.
that in, but it's already in.
For the TIF board meeting?
Yep.
So that's only for the TIF board members though, which is Rebecca, Renee, Lee, Amy, Pam Heiner,
Dave,
David Kurth, and
Terry Allen.
And then the public hearing on budget was set to start
At
At
6.
6.
at 6.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I have.
Regular business meeting was,
And then we'll get back with you on, once we get all the Legion stuff
Yeah.
straightened out.
Yeah, because I've got forms of those from where we did the pavilion. that
I did
we
reach
just
out
modify.
to, I did reach out to the group that's wanting to rent the Legion every Monday, and they were supposed to have another meeting to discuss that. So,
my posting that, well, just will follow.
okay. Ken could not be here, but he did call and say that he's still working on getting the ballast. Apparently the company had some people leave, so he's still working on that. F&K is supposed to be here this week to patch the streets on,
The concrete.
Yes.
busting on.
Yes. yes,
They got 3 days left.
yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Doug.
What happens then?
Yeah. Go hunt them down.
Well, that'll be this week, so
Yeah,
then we'll have to be tracking them down to get them back here again.
I just thought he was gonna go do something.
Well, just gonna keep the tear ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're still picking up the streets and lots of tree brush that people are still cleaning every day. Getting ready for the festival. Change the sign. We got a message board out here on 43 from thanks to Mike Hill for bringing that out. Put it up there. Tried to get 2, but 3 of them already been used. Of course, another walk path was done, completed. Looks very nice.
It is nice.
Don't know if we're gonna be able to use picnic tables or not out of for the festival. Something we need to talk about. I think Dave Kurth has that rented, where the wooden
The
tables are. but
new one
doesn't
or
need
the
all
old
the
one?
tables.
Well, I talked about changing to the other one because it's not
That would
rented
be
to the
nice.
new one, but
'Cause, yeah, the festival always, we'll have to mark that off on the calendar for next year to make sure it doesn't get ruined. So, okay. So do we need to talk to David about that? Okay.
You're working, I know what streets we're blocking off. We got all that taken care of, but you'll get in a map on vendor
Yep.
locations and,
Get with me before you leave. I got it.
okay.
Yeah.
If we don't get 52, we use table chairs out of Legion.
Yep.
The canopy.
I've got that. I will get that to you tomorrow.
And then,
Still in the box.
We got the water on in Legion. Everything's working. The toilets are destroyed. They need to be replaced. They're just junk. Turn the water, just run. That probably, I don't even know what's in it, what they put in there, but it's like, I don't think we can get it cleaned out.
They're nasty.
They're junk.
Mm-hmm.
So
They are
we need
nasty.
two toilets for there if we're gonna use it for anything.
Can we go ahead and get those?
How you gonna pay for it?
Well, money in the Legion fund, right?
Well, that's what I'm checking, remember?
Yeah. But we know there's at least 2,000 there, right? From when we put money in before. We need to find out. If we got
Yeah.
money in the Legion
Toilets
fund.
are about $150 each.
Okay.
Thank you.
For two of them?
For two of them.
Sure, they're 88.
Well, I mean.
Yes. ADA, the tall
Mhm.
ones. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then, when we went into Legion today, it told me they had a leak, there was a leak between the two bathrooms. So I went over there and it was, in the kitchen, under the sink, the valve was leaking underneath there, so we just shut the water off to that sink.
Okay.
The hand sink was leaking, so that's minor we could fix. What else? We're putting handouts to help people not park on Second and Main Street Friday morning because I have
On
the
the
county
bus
highway
station.
bring the street sweepers, sweep the streets for us.
Yep.
Which,
Nice.
thank God they have that because we've been dealing with blowers. But anyway, it's a job. And then, like I said,
They're here when?
Friday morning.
Friday.
And then we'll close the streets. So we're putting that out again Friday night for no parking on Main and Second. From Third to First and Walnut to Main from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. Saturday.
And what if there is somebody there?
I'm gonna take the tractor if it'll pick them up.
I will say there will be, I will bet.
At least
I know,
one.
there will be
One.
At least one, and I know exactly where it's.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
So-
You know what? When I sent that alert out, I put
That's what I
tomorrow.
thought. It says tomorrow and
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it should
Yeah.
be Friday. Yeah.
Friday and
Fix all
Saturday.
Friday and Saturday.
So,
Yes.
So I need to fix that right now.
Yeah.
can we put on there, if the car's not moved, can be towed at owner's expense? I mean, that's a festival. We gotta have the street open.
This is where it gets gray, right?
Mhm.
Very,
Gets
very.
What about the ones that can't walk, the senior citizens that can't walk?
But there's
Why
still
can't they park?
parking on
Can they
Walnut.
park?
Yeah,
Can
they
you
can
let
still
them
walk
park?
on Walnut.
Well, it
Yeah.
says no parking though.
But for the
Are you
day,
gonna let them park?
Yeah.
yeah.
I-
Which I think that's what we did last year.
I'm trying
Because we had
to
food
keep it
trucks.
straight.
Yeah.
I'm also
Just
trying to
different.
keep a lawsuit down to a bare minimum.
Yeah.
Some of these freaks are just what,
Yeah.
some of these fine individuals are just waiting for a free ticket
Yes.
to a lawsuit, so.
So they can park on Walnut Street
Behind their
and they
parking.
can also park behind Troy's building. Yeah. In the
Yeah.
alley. Yeah.
And you're not
Not
actually
blocking the alley, but
in the gravel driveway between the Legion and there. There's
No.
no parking.
no. Well,
Yes, we are.
Yeah, yeah.
no parking. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking for the tenants that are at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
they can
Andrews
park.
building.
So
In the back.
Friday they can park there. Saturday they
Right.
can't.
And everything on Saturday by 5 a.m.
Park on
Saturday.
First Street.
Right.
What
For the
I'm
festival,
saying
yes.
for when they're sweeping the road, they can park there.
Yeah.
I mean-
Move the cars over there for
What
that.
did you ask about handicap?
The senior citizens, if they can't walk far to move their car, I think you said they could park on Walnut.
Yeah, they can still
behind their
park on Walnut on the
apartments.
hill.
That one's a concern.
Yeah,
with the couple.
absolutely.
Both sides behind their apartments, either on Walnut Street or in the alley there behind the other side.
Somebody's taking
So
notes,
the
right?
no parking on Walnut will be.
Yeah.
What y'all
Temporary
do,
for the day, yeah.
Temporary.
Put
Yeah.
a bag over it. Take
Uh-huh.
a garbage bag and cover those signs.
Yeah.
You get 400 calls on that. Oh, yeah. You just know it's gonna happen. So, prevention.
Okay, so Doug, you'll take care of that,
Yeah.
please and thank you. Okay. Okay. What else?
Did you put yourself down?
Yeah, I did. I'm telling you, I had a day. Oh, that was from last week when I was
Oh.
temporary clerk for the day. Okay, Renee.
Okay. So I sent the claims to you guys the other day. Did anybody have a chance to review the claim?
I should print it in my day.
I did. Oh, there's the-
It was a lot.
The only questions I got were from Lee. So I didn't know if anybody else had questions.
So the Bowser IT one, that's your computer, right?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
the computer and the on-site
Okay.
setting up and all that.
The Indiana Department of, on 822, is that Department of Revenue?
What page is that on?
Page 2, page 2.
For what's the dollar amount?
The Indiana Department, no, that one is workforce development.
Okay.
Each quarter I have to,
So on the first page, Carol White RMC, you got the August bill number. Right below that, it says labor and overhead. Is that the contract portion of it? Or is that for those
Yeah,
polls?
that's the polls.
Those are the polls that we were going to turn into insurance, but didn't get the insurance claim filed.
Yes.
Correct? Okay.
Yes, but speaking of our insurance, now they said, remember they said it was a late filing and we couldn't file it. Now that they're still requesting,
Because you should have 2 years from the date of the loss.
well, but do you remember this? Do you remember this, Doug?
What?
The insurance on the polls. They said that we were a late filing. I reported this,
Yeah, they wanna know what.
From May.
but now they
May.
still want the pictures. And I have the picture that you sent me of that.
School board.
But they want to know how much it costs to replace that. So we've got to get replacement cost of
Yeah.
that. And then they still wanted pictures of the poles, but we don't have pictures of the poles.
Do you by chance have
I'm gonna look
pictures
through
of
my
those?
phone,
Yeah.
I think I might.
And
Yeah.
then wasn't
Him and
there
I-
something damaged at the park too, a swing or something? This would have been from May's storm.
Oh, there was a swing.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
high winds and stuff that we had.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to
Oh, do
add
you have a
that.
picture of the swing?
I think.
That's one thing we
Down
need to
there
make sure we
behind the
do.
garage.
Anytime we have any kind of storm
Yeah.
damage, immediately all pictures need, just like an accident. Yeah. But yeah, now they said to
I
go
would
ahead and
still
turn it
submit
in.
'cause
Yes.
The worst they could do is say no.
He came back and said,
That's 5,000 more.
go
Okay,
ahead and
that's all
submit
right.
it and they'll see what,
Yeah.
if anything, they will cover.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get
Well
that
done.
paid to Carol White RMC
Yeah,
because the last time we had an insurance claim, it took over a year.
okay. And then, let's see. Our truck payment, can you, for our budget meeting on the 16th, can you find out what the payoff is on our dump truck and the white truck?
The white truck, we owe nothing.
Which one? So is the dump truck the only one we have a payment left on?
They
And the
have,
police
they
truck.
do,
The
but
police truck.
but they
Yeah.
pay for their own.
Okay.
Yeah. The dump truck I can tell you is 11,000.
Okay.
I mean, in some change, but
Do we make 2 payments on the dump truck, or is it just
no,
there and
it's
then there?
because the claims, because it's
Oh,
just the
August and
claims. They were
September.
paid in their own separate months. It's just the way I
Okay.
did
I'm
the
just
claims.
curious.
The payment on the police truck comes out of the police budget, is that what you're saying? Or-
It has its own, yeah, it has its own
Okay.
fund
So
that
how
was
much
created.
is the payment on that?
It's
is it-
2,500 every quarter.
Okay. And that's for
And
what,
that's
3
going to
more
be paid
years or
in, it's going to be paid off. I think we have one payment in 2026. I mean, I'll look at that, but I'm pretty sure it's the last payment is March of 2026.
something? All right.
And then it's paid off.
Yeah.
Doug, you did not bring up that you need tires on
Oh,
Oh, yes, dump truck.
dump truck.
Yeah, at least the rear, front ones still have a pretty good tread. Did you look at that late today? The tread on? Yeah. And man,
yes.
Heiner,
Oh.
this is that $23,100 estimate for that.
Okay. Any other questions on? So did we decide we're gonna get rid of the host gator?
I thought she said we couldn't.
We cannot. That's why I was so into what he was saying.
Because
He
that's our
said that they
town
host.
email, right?
Yes, our town email is, that's why we still have to have HostGator, but it's a lot cheaper. I mean, we went down to a baby plan. Per year, it's a lot cheaper for the baby plan than it was. But
But you already have office licenses, right? Like Office 365, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, that stuff. So if you have the right license, you get a mailbox seat with that license that you're already paying for. So then it might not cost you anything.
but do we lose the in.gov emails? That's what I've been told. And that's why I always say I know nothing about
Well,
IT and I hate.
I would have to talk to whoever from the state kind of hands that off because
It wasn't the state. Ours were created years ago with that before this.
well, but if you're paying for it and it's sitting at HostGator, you can move it because you own it. You just probably are allowed to get a .gov.in.us because you are a municipality. You have to qualify certain top level domains like .org, .us, whatever. You have to meet sometimes certain criteria to be able to purchase that top level domain.
And that's what I need you to do.
Well,
You know, I
can do a
mean,
lot of
that's,
things, but
My email only works, so.
but I mean, but you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's like,
that's
That's
gonna
what
be
I've been
something
talking
that
about.
we're gonna have to sit down and look at though. So even if you're on a contract, the only difference is obviously you'd be paying for consulting, so it would be free.
right.
But I mean, it's not like it takes 15 hours to get it done. In an hour or two, we're going to be able to look at that and say, okay, the only thing that could be a holdup would be like if we did have to talk to somebody else and they were kind of holding us up would be.
And so I've talked to 2 IT companies and they said that they talked to HostGator and they released that web page, but they house our,
your actual domain registration.
yeah.
That's not a big deal.
See, my
They
only
can't hold
concern
you
Okay,
is,
because both of those IT places said it could not be done.
See, this is my favorite thing. Every time somebody tells me it can't be done, it's like challenge accepted.
Challenge, yes. You're like,
Okay,
Dell,
and-
HP.
yeah.
And I'm all for you, and I'm all for you taking that because like,
so,
I don't
well,
have
that's
to
what
know
we
anything.
hired
I'm
an IT guy
resourceful.
for. Yeah.
right,
So
and that's what
my
I mean.
concern, my
Yeah.
main concern with keeping HostGator is that's where we got in trouble before with all of the porn and all that stuff coming through on the town stuff.
Well,
So-
you just push it to Cloudflare, then it's filtered. There's lots of ways to get around this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I'll let you, yeah.
yes, that's what I need to call you. Do I need to call you separate from right now to have you help me do that?
Yeah.
I
Probably
mean, I
need
can't
to
do that
schedule-
tonight. I've been in meetings since 2:00 in the afternoon. You don't want
Yeah.
me working on that today.
No, I don't want you working on it right here today, but I just will you remember that I'll call tomorrow.
I don't have to
Yeah.
remember. I'll put it in the to-do.
Okay, so then the Staples, where'd it go?
What was the other solution?
There's one,
Amazon and Staples.
oh,
That would be
Amazon, there's toner cartridge for Clerk's computer, and then there's Staples, toner, printer, paper, scissors, stapler.
One of my toner cartridges was out at Staples, so it got ordered from Amazon.
Gotcha.
And one thing I was going to bring up, Town of Brookston pays their Mugabug, like their mosquito spray and everything, out of MVH. I'm not sure.
I'll do it.
Well, I'm not sure if
Can you check into that?
that's something that can come out of MVH. Seems kind of sketchy, but I am trying to figure that one out.
Yeah, because that's quite a bit
That
of
was
money.
$3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy cow! Just the splash pad water for August was $5,600. You're like, and that's not including any electric to run any of that stuff. That's just water
Where are you at?
on the last page.
Where's that money?
Yikes.
$25,000
From water and goes right back into water. Where are you at?
It was a hot month.
Kind of in the middle of the page.
I see it. Yeah. I mean,
We also still has a water loss too.
Yeah.
Well, and that's
True.
the other reason we gotta, we have to look at that.
Yep.
So that we're making sure we're showing that as water loss.
and then this coming month, I wrote one check for all those. So I added up all the waters, all the,
Cool.
you'll see all.
Cool.
But
Okay, anybody have questions on the? Did you have any?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
And I did want to point out though that you saw my mileage in there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Somewhere.
Linda is now requesting mileage. It's in our personnel policies and procedures that she gets paid mileage to go back and forth. I just wanted to give
For
you,
the bank.
yeah, I just wanted to give you a heads up that that's,
So that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. Can we come up with a report every month? for
Oh, yeah. I mean,
everybody's mileage?
it's 5 miles there and 4 miles back.
Yeah. okay.
Well, it depends on which
Yeah.
sign you look at.
Yeah, I told her that like each day that she goes
Seriously,
to,
one says 5.2.
because we're required by law to make the deposit each
I
day
understand
that we have
I
money.
don't have a problem with
But I
that.
told her-
I'm just saying that can we get some paperwork behind it?
You do.
Oh yeah, we will.
So she can create like a mileage report or something.
Yeah, and she
To
just writes
submit
in
that.
each day. And that's why I told her we have to keep track because there is some days that she will not be going down. If we do not have a deposit, she will not go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be.
I
Yeah,
didn't realize she was doing that for free. She shouldn't have been.
she should not have been.
No.
You're right.
Agree.
So the other
Mhm.
question I have
Right.
for her is, so she's technically part-time?
So, no, she fell into full time.
Yeah,
Right,
because
she
she
should get
averages
benefits.
about 35.
Or vacation.
She averages about 35 hours a week,
Which
which
made
is
her
full-time.
fall into full time.
So she should actually have benefits.
What benefits? would
She
you-
should get vacation PTO.
Yeah,
She's
According
always
to
on
our-
vacation.
Yeah.
but she should because 32 hours is part-time.
Right, and that was something we were going to discuss.
Yeah.
For the next salary.
But then because that's something
Because
we
right
would
now
have to-
she's still like within there, she's PT.
Yeah.
On payroll. She's listed PT.
Yeah, but it depends on what she works, not what she's listed.
Right.
Right.
But I mean,
If
I don't want
she's averaging over 35 hours a week, she's considered full-time,
Right.
and we need
Mhm.
to change that.
right.
Mhm.
Because we're
Right.
we're not being truthful on our end of it, because are we paying anything different to her? Because we need to
She's
look.
hourly.
Yeah, she's hourly, but we still need to. She still should be entitled to vacation PTO pay. PTO time, which is going to
And paid holidays.
and pay holidays.
Right.
So that's going to look at our budget
Budget.
salaries more too.
Right.
So
Right.
and just-
And that's what I'm saying. We're going to change it in the salary ordinance. Well, we still haven't changed the salary. We still need to change this year's salary ordinance
I thought we did.
to
did
add
one
code
time.
enforcement. When we added the code enforcement officer, we were supposed
Yeah,
to change.
that's the we did. I bet.
But
Okay.
what hers will make sure
Oh, we
it
did
is
too.
I
changed
thought we
in.
did too. It was in there. The code enforcement officer. It was
No, we
actually
just did
part.
code. We just added that.
Yeah, so we.
Did an
Yeah.
addendum or something to
Yeah.
it, didn't we?
Yeah.
I'll see what.
Okay, I just okay. Anyway, we're on claims.
Okay. Back to claims.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Make a motion to pay claims in the amount of $82,189.36.
A motion to pay claims in the amount of $82,189.36. Do I have a second?
Second.
Third.
Fourth.
So Amy first, second was Lee. And all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0.
Okay, and then minutes.
I'm gonna sign that.
Look at the other than one little thing. Which probably really doesn't matter. That was where we're talking about siding on the Wessel building. We're looking at vinyl siding, not metal.
Metal for the roof vinyl on the.
Oh, okay. Does that matter? Do I need to change that?
I don't think it's gonna kill anything, but I just thought I'd say it.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I was going off of
That's fine.
her notes, and
Okay.
some of it I struggled.
Any other concerns on the minutes? What are those dated?
26. Make a motion to accept the common council meeting minutes for August 26, 2025.
I have a motion to accept the common council meetings for August 26, 2025. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0.
Then the review of miscellaneous receipts. You guys, I know you guys looked at them. We don't have to vote on that one. That's just the one we just sign on. And then you each got a copy of the fund report with investments. I have to put all that in our minutes now. And then while you guys are doing that, looking at that, the fall cleanup, Eric from On Point messaged and said, or emailed, whatever you want to call it, said he wanted to know if it was all right. If it was all right, he would like to state 3 large items plus a limit of 5 bags. So that pickup will be
3 or 5?
3 large.
3 large
Three
items
large.
in 5 bags. And then the don'ts are no tires, no bulk construction waste, drywall, 2x4s, tile, flooring, shingles, etc. No batteries, no electronics, no appliances, like refrigerators, washers, dryers, no paint, dry cans are okay. No bulk liquids, grease, oil, solvents, chemicals, no hazardous waste, no treadmills. Because we all buy those and get rid of them
Yeah.
eventually. No yard waste, i.e. leaves, shrubs, tree limbs, grass clippings, dirt, etc.
What are they picking up, by the way?
Yeah. No cement, gravel, dirt, bricks, shingles. Acceptable items are furniture, mattress / box springs are together. That's
One.
one item during fall cleanup. Couches, recliners, but those are separate. Tables, chairs, doors, rugs, carpet, toilets, sinks, etc. Miscellaneous items. So I don't know. Household junk bagged or in a box. Clothes must be bagged. All small loose items must be bagged items, i.e. light construction waste, debris, etc. And acceptable items is junk.
So if we can put that in the newsletter, post it on our page, that way everybody knows. We hit the ones that get electronic stuff and the ones that don't. What else?
And then I have a question on this one because I'm afraid it will screw up grant funding. If we name the lane coming into the town hall, do we have to change the town hall address?
So I did some, there's a lot more steps in order to make that a road
Okay,
that we have to do. There's a whole process we have to do to make it anything.
okay, because I was like, we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
If that's going to affect.
It's a whole process
Yeah.
requiring a bunch of other stuff, so meetings and drawings and surveys and
Yeah.
notices to people and all sorts of things. So it's
Well,
something we'll
we'll
consider
leave
if we want
it
to
an
do,
alley.
but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll stay an alley for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my
So
opinion of it.
I'll have to let Ken know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure,
So-
but it's gotta go through APC and everything.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
whole process. So.
Yeah.
And I was stressed on the financial end
Yeah.
of that, like,
Yeah.
okay. And then I'm asking ahead of time, is there any way we could possibly reschedule the meeting that's supposed to be on the 26th of this month for the 30th of this month? Because there's 5
No.
Tuesdays in this month.
23rd.
Yeah.
Our next meeting.
Because the
I actually have speakers coming that day.
the 23rd is, okay, I will be in Denver,
Okay.
remember?
Well, then we need to have Linda here.
So we'll have to,
Yes. Because I have speakers coming. I have 3 people coming that day for.
and
Oakland.
I do want to express that I do have a problem that we reschedule for council members when they have to work, and nobody ever considers that sometimes
I just got confirmation
We cancel.
from them. Yes. From.
I'm not
Thursday,
talking about
yeah.
that. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'm talking about the last one, when I had to work. The one before that, you guys had canceled because the 2 of you had to work, but then
Extenuating circumstance on each one. I get what you're saying, but
because you had to work at the bar, and
I
that was a
had-
mandatory meeting for me, and you worked at the fair,
Mhm.
right?
For work.
but we can't have a meeting if we don't have a quorum, and we wouldn't have had a quorum that night.
But you didn't know if those 2 could be here,
I already
and
talked to them.
he was to be here. I mean, because Lee asked that question in the last meeting.
Yeah.
And you said, well, I don't know about them, but I know I couldn't be here. And she
I
said,
had
I
already.
had
I couldn't
already
be
told him
here.
that I couldn't be
Oh.
here.
I
But what
already
you
knew
said on
without
camera.
talking to him. I already knew that we didn't have a quorum.
but what you
So-
said on camera was
Yeah.
that you didn't know if they could have made it or not. You only knew that
No, I
you
didn't know
couldn't
what
make
their
it. And
circumstances were.
he could.
Anyways, regardless,
I just am,
we'll move on from that because, okay. What else?
and then I never got a new insurance policy from the Chalmers House for the Wessel building.
Okay.
So I still need that, and we still don't have a contract to rent the Wessel building.
It is a
You
valid
did it.
contract.
You
No,
did it. It was
it
never
is.
signed.
Look at the wording.
It
The
says
wording
until-
says until someone, it's an ongoing one.
Do you
There's
have-
a date in
Do you
there,
have a
but
signed
it's,
contract?
There was never an original signed contract. Rebecca doesn't have it. I don't have it.
Do you guys
Linda
have it?
doesn't have it.
does somebody in the park board have it?
Because
Somebody
we
has to have
Nobody
it.
has it. That
Because we
means you
couldn't
don't
be
have a
involved in
contract.
contracts.
Huh?
We couldn't be involved in contracts. We
I've signed the
looked at-
contract here.
So
Then
if
maybe
then
maybe you have it.
Scott has it. I don't know. Somebody has
Okay.
it. I don't have. it.
We do not have it. What I'm
Right.
saying is we do not have a contract.
All right.
Well, I saw one that wasn't signed
Yeah.
that had that stipulation that it automatically renewed.
So we need a contract, signed
That
contract.
was on this table, I don't remember when,
I
but
mean, it's,
early in
obviously
the summer.
execute another one, it's not.
So
Okay.
if we need to.
I know that it at least exists unsigned.
All right.
Right. I know it unsigned it exists, but
I will check into that. Because did we call,
'Cause
did
I think
anybody
that's
from
what
here
it
call
was.
Scott or Kristen?
Cause I
Okay,
think you
I will
signed
do
it
that.
and then someone was
Yeah.
taking it down to him and we probably just never got it back.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
my guess.
I just am saying we need a copy of it.
You will get that taken care of. I will take care of it. Okay, what else?
I explained to you about the NIPSCO bill, the CCMG money. I gave you the of what
$57,283.59 would be available for matching.
yes.
And then if, so funding the grant becomes available October 4th through the 28th, I believe it is. And if we decide to do that, so is this the total?
Okay,
The
so
57 total,
if
or are
you
these
look-
different
if you look
to add to?
right here, look. I'm going by the total of what we've been paid to date. So like this one, we won't get another payment until December,
Okay.
but that's betting on the come because if you look,
Yeah, because most likely we won't.
some of them have been changed. Well,
Yeah.
that's not one of them, but some of them change from the revenue from month to month.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to, I didn't want to bet on what would be there. So like I put 17,362.10.
So this is what would be available total now, the 57,283.59, because more than likely we're not going to be able to pave until spring anyways.
Right,
So we
right.
can add to that amount.
But I don't want to, like I said,
Yeah.
it's not a good idea for us to bet on the come.
But if we're
because we
looking
don't
at
know.
10%, that would be our 10% match. So have you gotten a list of streets, Doug, on ones that we need to pave other than we know Walnut, but
Mainly Walnut, 7th Street, and east at the 43 where we tore it up
Yeah.
and fixed that water leak. Those are the main ones. Walnut's the biggest.
yeah.
Mhm.
So we'll have to, could you get with Ken or type
Ken.
that out or something and let me know and I can send it to Ken. So when October 4th comes around, we can
Yeah.
apply for that and see what we could get.
Can we do the sidewalks at the same time when we do the wall?
We probably won't have enough money. But I have been looking at other grant funding available for just sidewalks. So, because some of the stipulations with the sidewalks is you have to do curbs and stuff with it,
Mhm.
and a lot of people don't want curbs where they're at. So, we could do
I
sidewalks
don't know.
only,
I
but
just know
there
Reynolds
are,
looks amazing with their
I've
new
looked
curbs
at-
and
I looked at 2 different grants in the last 2 weeks of sidewalks alone. So,
Plus you have to,
that
one
could
of the
be 80.
ingredients for that sidewalk, you gotta clear every tree.
Yeah.
So every tree in this town's gotta be gone before they ever lay a sidewalk.
Yeah.
Because of the roots.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
that's the
A
Um,
lot of
town looked into
stipulations.
that, and I've already read it, it's like, woo-wee,
Yeah,
that's a lot of trees.
Because it's within a certain,
That'd be a shame.
yeah, yeah.
oh, and also no, so with Linda working, we'll have to pay her. She'll be collecting. I just
Yeah.
wanted, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I did the corrective action plans for the audit. Those were due Friday, so I got those turned in. So on that, we'll have to go through and we'll have to change the internal controls. I have that out for us to
Okay.
work on
Work on
adding that
tomorrow.
stuff
Okay.
into the internal controls. And then I think,
Do they send you something to let you know that, hey, we received that and we're good with it?
oh
Or-
yeah, I got the
Okay,
copies of it.
perfect.
Yeah, I've got the copies that.
Okay.
So we have 6 months to get it implemented, but I said we would have it implemented by December 31st. So
Yeah. Perfect.
there, I made them as basic and, like easy for us to.
So I'm coming up tomorrow to work with her on that. So once we get the internal controls, and then we can get copies of that to the board members. So we have the
Internal controls.
Yes.
internal controls and the corrective action plan
Yeah, I've
So
got
we
those.
can
I can
keep all
send
that
those.
together. Yeah.
And then we'll just have to vote on it.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Jim?
Short and sweet. I don't really have a whole lot, so we're just doing our day-to-day play. Enjoying the cleanup that we're getting and all the beautiful feedback we are receiving.
You're doing an awesome job,
Citizens.
both of you.
So, other than that, I've just been fielding a lot of complaints. So, and no one has came into here yet, like they've all been invited to. So, so there, it's not that big a complaint. So, I mean, we've received multiple. So, they've all been fielded, and again, it's an empty board.
People are noticing, I can tell you that.
So
I-
no matter what, every week the town is looking better,
Yes, it is.
regardless of what people think. That's really all I've got.
Kevin, you're doing a good job with enforcement too? You noticed a lot of changes? Oh, thank you both. Okay, and then we're good to go for, yeah, firsthand knowledge. We're good to go for the festival for Saturday for you guys?
Here.
Okay, perfect.
I
Mike?
got one thing.
Yes, go ahead.
Just because of the deal we had tonight, if Saturday, are we gonna allow four-wheelers to run on the road?
I had somebody ask that question about ORVs and UTVs. And we talked about that at one of the meetings about, it was a 1 day,
Yeah, we didn't really
yeah.
come to a conclusion.
We need one.
Four-wheeler is different than like
Okay, you're.
a gator
Or
or
a
a
side-by-side.
or a
Right,
side-by-side or
side-by-side.
something like that. Four-wheelers, I would say no.
Here's
is my
if-
opinion.
If it's a UTV
Yes.
and it has a state tag on it, good to go.
Okay.
If it's a four-wheeler, negative. If it's a golf cart, okay.
Okay.
If it's a child on either of those, any items, negative.
Exactly.
And you have to have a driver's license and a valid one.
Yes.
That'll take somebody out of the equation, no matter what he's driving.
Mhm.
And yes, we will proceed.
Everybody good with that?
So if it's got, what'd you say?
It's got to be a
Valentine's.
UTV has a state tag on
Okay.
it, and basically a side by side or whatever you
I
want to
just
call it.
wanted clarification on
Gotta
that.
have a
Thank you.
steering wheel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no go
No
karts,
handlebars.
no
That's my
kids, golf carts, UTVs that are tagged and good. We're fine with. If I imagine we're going to have dirt bikes, four wheelers. I don't even know, airplanes.
Don't say that, we might.
Yeah.
Mini helicopters.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's gonna pop up
Right.
in the general area.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see. Maybe
Good.
he'll ride a rocket into the sunset.
I will,
Yeah.
I'll
Can we
post
put an
a,
alert thing
We've
on
been
that?
on
Yeah.
one for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's where we're gonna have to start enforcing.
Yeah.
Because it'll be a total free for all and somebody's gonna get serious.
Yeah.
well, he's flying on that thing down our road.
Okay. One thing I forgot to add that we need to do, due to things beyond my control and things going on in my life, I resigned my position as the White County Area Plan. It is the actual White County Advisory Council on Small Town Affairs. So I have talked to Fred about taking over that position. So if there's no question or no concerns about that, then we'll go ahead and get this official, and then they will contact you with the advisory council actually pulls from that council to appoint people on the area plan. So I actually resigned my area plan too, because I just don't have the time and the energy right now to devote to that. So, and I think somebody else could do it
So
better
it's-
justice.
Area plan and advisory council.
I resigned from the area plan and I was on the tech review committee and the advisory on small town affairs. So by appointing Fred as the White County Advisory Council on Small Town Affairs, they can potentially pull, the people in that committee can pull from there to assign a board member to area plan.
Okay.
But that's the one that they
I just want to
they
make sure.
turn from. Yes, exactly. I'm just appointing, yes, making a new appointment. And this will be in effect until December 31st, 2025. We do new appointments every year. So this is the 9th of September. And okay, while we're doing that, are you going to, Pam, are you going to speak for David for the?
Yeah.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Did he drop by any notes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here.
No, he dropped by some notes.
I think they were up there.
Somewhere.
I just have a couple things there.
I have a copy of it too, Pam. Right here.
I don't have a copy of
Oh.
that, but
Okay.
I don't know if I need to read all that. I'll just leave. What I was gonna add was, I came up with a list. I know the softball agreement expires in September,
Yeah.
but we'll have to renew that. So I have a list of here of what the so-called volunteer does for them. As far as trash, restroom cleaning, picking up trash, blah, blah, blah. Renee also gave me the May utility bill was $228.75. We were only charging them $250. So I think we may want to look at what we actually charge them. Plus, now that they're doing the fall sessions, I counted at least 20 games and practices. I had to have her order more toilet paper,
Yeah.
supplies.
So
and
what are you
I
thinking
came up
about?
with that.
Like,
I
is that
haven't
what I have here.
I haven't thought about.
Have,
We haven't discussed it at the park as far
have you
as.
guys? Well, I wondered. Have you guys thought about
But I
doing
came up with-
250 plus utilities?
I don't
I
know.
mean,
That may be hard to meter out. I mean, sometimes that's hard to meter out if you're
Yeah.
on a vision, better off just picking up the amount you
Uh-huh.
think
Yeah.
will cover what you
Yeah.
need
yeah.
and just making sure you're monitoring each
And
year.
so that's why I
Easier to
just made a list of stuff that's being done for them,
Yeah.
maintenance wise as well. So-called person may not do that beyond next season.
So they actually only sign the contract that they have is only for the summer league. It's not for the fall ball league. So
Well,
we definitely need a
goes
separate.
through September, so I guess that covers through September, but their season's now been extended to
Yeah,
what, middle October?
no October.
So I don't know how that works.
So I see what you're saying
Yeah,
though.
October
A
15th is the
spring,
game. Yeah,
a spring season or, summer
Or
season.
extend the contract and charge more.
Yeah.
Because last year I don't think they did a fall season. They
Right. I don't
talked
think they
about it, but I
did
don't think
yeah.
they had enough.
I didn't need it either.
Because that's a lot more
Yeah, right.
work and supplies.
Well, and then you got supplies and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
all of the above.
So I'll get the
So maybe, yeah. if we
contract out so
Have
we
a
can.
fall,
She just-
consider adding.
Oh, you got it right
I
there.
know, I'm like, I would just flip past it.
And I think Brookston,
Yeah, so
they're
this
supposed
goes
to
from
clean,
April 1st through September 30th.
they were supposed to clean bathrooms and supposedly they weren't. They were gonna maybe hire and charge them or something.
We
but
have included in our contract that they are to clean the bathroom.
They,
every single
you know,
time.
they didn't, they don't have the luxury of that volunteer
Mhm.
down there. So something to keep in mind for the future.
Yeah. Well,
As
the
well
other
as
thing-
all parks.
So does it state anything in there about damage to property? Because they have that little Honda thing that they use to drag the fields, and they have damaged the sides of the building getting it in and out. But I think it's a lot of young
They're
kids
required
that,
for any damage
Okay.
they do, So
It was not a young kid.
okay.
I watched the whole thing from the football practice.
Because I sent those pictures to Brady and I talked to him. I'm like, you guys have been using that field for years. We've not had any issues with it until now. So I don't know if they're like gunning it to get in there. He said there's only like an inch on each side.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room.
Yeah. But
It's gotta be all tore up.
Yeah.
As hard as he hit it, all football teams turned.
oh my.
Oh, wow.
And I was right there at the gate, which I could throw a rock and hit that
Yeah.
thing. So I saw it all.
Because he
hammered it
asked
in and
about
whack.
widening that, but the door to the other bathroom is right there and something else. So there's no way to widen it. Yeah.
Can't go out and watch.
Yeah.
So I think one bathroom could be smaller as long as
could.
you have one
Could
ADA.
raise it and move it in.
But you still have a
They would have to
roll up
pay
door
for it.
there too. So, and those aren't cheap.
They'd have to
So
pay
the
for
door,
it. Yeah.
yeah.
Utility vehicle, that's
Yeah.
pretty good size.
But
Yeah.
We're spending the money on that so they can rent it for $200.
Right,
I know,
tear it
that's what I'm
up.
saying.
They're gonna have to
Tear it
come up
up.
with some.
Yeah.
And that-
Yeah. Right.
When they're making probably need a 30.
Uh-huh.
That's why I think
Yeah.
we need to do something with the Westville building too. We're pouring all that money into the Westville building and we're just getting the electric bill payment.
Yeah.
Like we need to
revisit
think,
that. Yeah.
think about the payment on that.
Yeah, once it becomes source something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When it
Huh.
starts
Right.
costing us money for other
That's
people
right.
to use it.
You know, we-
Yes.
Yeah, now we get it fixed up. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Source something.
Okay.
The only other thing I wanted to bring up is a little early, but I know the church is trying to do some planning. Trick or treat, going to be on the 31st like usual. And so at the park meeting next week, I'd like to propose that we sponsor the trunk or treat again, do it like we did last year. I think we closed in front of the church and then between Second,
And that's on
Third
October
on May.
31st.
if that's what you guys decide that trick or treat date is.
Sure.
I think we talked about doing it earlier.
Yeah.
The at least trunk or treat. I don't know about trick or treat. That
Right.
matters because it's so
Yeah, it's on
cold. and-
Friday. Is that what you're thinking is trunk or treat on the 31st?
Well, whenever
Yeah.
trick or
Yeah,
treat,
all of
we
it.
would
All
do
of
the
it.
same
Do it
time.
on the 31st. Yeah.
So I don't know about time. We talked earlier last time, but I don't 5:30.
We've done
It's been
6 to 8.
8 hadn't
Yeah.
it?
But,
And we thought about.
but
maybe
a lot of
5.
people go pick up their kids and they don't go home. So
It's during fall break this year.
Oh, is
Oh.
it during fall break?
Oh.
Oh my.
That's not good. Most people leave for fall break.
yeah.
I am.
Well,
I
Okay,
did
I'll write
graduate.
that.
I
I
don't
will
want
not be in this town.
Oh,
Okay.
so then we don't want to do it that day, right?
I don't
Do we
know.
want police presence that day? Don't we
Kevin
usually?
will still be here.
Yeah, Kevin will
He
be
can,
here.
he can do it.
Fall break.
It's on a
Public.
Friday. It's on a Friday
Public.
night too, I think.
Yeah.
This year.
So even if we did 5 to 8, because there's always kids out earlier than that anyways,
Right.
but that's something we can
So
look
what
at.
days it fall on?
It's on a Friday.
Friday.
I was here anyways.
And you said what, 5 to 8?
5 to 8.
Friday.
I don't see any problem with that. Does anybody?
Nope.
Some people will get out early and leave and go home and eat and whatever.
And if it snows again?
So that's over.
I'm gonna send everybody down to the shop.
Where are you in it? Are you doing like
We'll
the
put it
party
around
at
grove.
the end?
There won't
I mean,
be
this
any
is just
Reese's
for what I got
Pieces
to finish.
down there.
No,
No, because we have nowhere to have a party.
You can have it at the Legion, can't you?
You guys can talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know. That takes volunteers and money and yada yada.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, before we set that in stone, we might have
Yeah.
a varsity sectional football game that night.
Here,
Oh, and
Okay.
we probably, we're going to make
Yeah.
it there this year, darn it.
here.
No, we'll make the section.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. But it might be home. I haven't,
Posted.
if it is,
Okay,
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
have to look at that
Pretty
once it
live.
gets
Okay.
closer.
okay.
that's the section.
So we'll say tentatively it's
Okay.
October 31st from 5 to 8, but that'll depend on what else is going on in town. Okay. And what else did you have? So it says on here from Dave, area planning is going to need a construction daily report from the state or an exemption from them since people will be in and out of the area. That's on a pavilion update. So is that
I
Not
think that
happening?
thing's on hold.
okay?
Are
Doug
you
received a
serious?
phone call from Area Plan that the town of Brookston recently went through the process. Renee's going to check with Ken as another option for the situation. We need to resolve this situation before ordering the pavilion. Terry Allen working with AJ Portable Buildings to have the pavilion ready when the building permit is ready. But you said that's probably going to be on hold since there's so many hoops to jump through. Walking path, there's still cracks in the walking path that need to be addressed. The park committee voted to obtain a couple of estimates. Marcus King is in the process of obtaining these estimates. I thought all that was done.
So did I.
A
So,
couple of us had no problems with it. Some of the other board members had issues.
so
Okay.
we're gonna spend more money on it?
I personally don't think we should, but
It looks
some people do.
nice.
I think it looks nice. There are some big cracks that didn't get filled. I think they could probably be filled. It'd be perfectly fine. But
I mean, this
others,
town board council's
Different
opinion,
opinion.
that's a waste of money.
I'm afraid that Nancy or whoever we gave that bill to would question, why am I paying
yeah.
for this twice?
Right.
Yeah.
There's areas they didn't do. They didn't fill the cracks. Very
I thought they cut areas out.
They did.
They did.
There's few big cracks, but you're always gonna have cracks.
Right. But I mean, prior to that, it was there for how long and nothing was ever done.
Should've.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but it was never done. And now that it's done, you're saying it's not done good
It
enough.
wasn't done.
So how much is that going to cost?
Yeah, the quotes, I don't know. Jimmy,
So you're just getting a quote to fill the cracks or to redo the
That would
whole
be
thing
crazy.
again?
if they put anything in the crack, you gotta remove it. Fill it again. It's a different binder.
Can you speak up?
He's just-
Say that again.
They put some of the cracks, they filled them. But they use their own material. Some of the cracks they didn't even fill. So to fill them correctly, they have to take the old filler out. Put a new rubber binder in.
But it was a black topping company. Why? What was wrong with the filler that they put in? I'm confused.
The cracks are still there.
Some, not all.
Some.
Like
They
small
cut out-
cracks, or
Just a couple
They
big
cut
ones
out
that
the
could
bad
just be
spot.
filled with tar.
They cut out 2 bad spots. The roots were coming up through the ground. Cut those out. Re-blacktopped it. Went around, went down to Indianapolis, got a hot rubber seal machine. Put hot rubber in there, molded it, went around the whole track and got the worst cracks that they could get for the time they had for that machine. And then they went around the cracks on the side, like stress cracks, you're not gonna get them to hold anything. You're not.
I guess
And the more motorized vehicles we allow on there, it's gonna break down. It doesn't have a base like a road does, so it's
But
gonna
we
crack.
We don't
That's
allow them,
common
so
sense.
Yeah.
we're good there.
Well,
We're
I
not
think we
supposed
really
to.
need to get signs posted because there's people that are still
Yeah,
doing
still
it.
on there.
We haven't been
Of
told
course-
to enforce anything, so we ain't enforcing
Yeah.
anything on that track.
So I guess my question is, what made the filler that they used on the cracks substandard? Is it off spec? If so, what was the spec? And who decided what the spec was?
We
Yeah.
didn't get a spec sheet. This is the
Well,
guy
did
that
you
did it.
specify a certain material to put in those cracks?
The guy that did it didn't go look at it.
But did you specify a certain material to fill the cracks with?
No,
Okay,
that's not my,
then how could they use the wrong stuff?
I rely on the experts to tell me that. I'm not,
Okay,
and
so who's saying that the cracks aren't filled properly?
the first contractor that I drove all the way around, looked at everything, at his quote. He does it for a living. One was a rubber, and the other one was a asphalt.
So the company we hired does that for a living too, correct? Okay. I guess
Yeah.
I guess my problem with it is it's done. Why are we messing with it? And number two, why are we throwing more money? I mean, I understand that the trustee gave $45,000 again. So in less than a year and a half, the park board's gotten $145,000 from the trustee.
Mm-hmm.
And so just because you have that money doesn't mean you have to willy-nilly spend it like that, because why wouldn't you do to something else?
Well,
Like-
some of us
The
like to do
basketball
the
court.
basketball
Huh?
court.
Right.
Basketball court.
Basketball
Yeah.
court.
I think what he's
Pickleball,
saying
something.
is that there were cracks that were not touched. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I don't know how to.
A couple going
You're
cross.
saying it was done. It's not done.
Right. So they
What's it
didn't do the job completely, is what he's saying.
So don't pay them until it's complete on what you have a contract for.
So technically, you wouldn't. I
Right.
mean, they'd have to come back and fix it if
except we
they've
kind of
already
screwed.
paid, right?
Or at
Because they
least
didn't
give
do
them
their
an
job
The other
option.
completely.
part.
Yeah, I'll notify them tomorrow, see what.
We
Okay.
told him that it was 6
At
feet
least have them
wide
come and
and
look at
12.
it.
Yeah.
Because I can't see spending thousands and thousands of
No,
dollars
never be done, no.
Right.
when that money could be used for something
So
else.
he's-
I mean, if you have that money you want to throw away,
Beyond the 6
pay the
feet
Give it
wide.
to us.
water bill.
Yeah.
Right.
The $5,600 water bill. Okay,
Majority.
okay, we're past that.
So,
So then it's on basketball court. Doug obtained a couple of estimates. Basketball court will depend on funding left over after previous mentioned projects. Softball league, they will be having a tournament at the end of the month, which we did determine that September 26th and 27th. Park committee will discuss providing food to raise funds by selling food. The fall league that's doing the games now is have games, but they are not using the concession stand. Their board decided not to do that, so they are just opening for restrooms only. So there is a money making opportunity there. Park sign is up at the Splash Pad Pavilion. It looks great and it's very good visibility. The sign was placed on the building, same as the town garage. By placing the sign on the building, it prevents scratches to the sign. The sign at the playground pavilion has scratches on it because it's low on the building. My concern with that is the town decided not to put it on the building because it avoids any warranty. So that means if there's any where it was screwed into the building, if there's problems with leaking and stuff like that, then that's going to fall back on the park board.
There won't be.
Okay. Did they, when it was installed, was it installed with, what do I say? Adhesive and stuff so that won't do that?
Adhesive.
Silicone.
Yeah, silicone, yes.
Like around the screws.
Screw holes.
Rubber screw something. Bruce and Terry did it. I can't tell you.
But
for
still,
sure.
if we can you double check?
I
that to
think
be sure?
I think
The
it's
sign
fine.
was on the building because that's the code. You can't have a sign removed from a building. So that's why it's on.
Ours out here is,
What was that?
we can't, it has to be on the building per what code?
901. It has to be attached to the structure.
Okay.
I don't
Oh,
know.
I
Let
see
me look
signs
into
at
that.
places all the
Yeah.
time.
It's done. It's done. The problem is the board decided not to put it on the building and then park board did it anyways. So that's the issue.
And
Next meeting, it says for the park board is September 16th at 5:30. Wait a minute. We are going to be
Budget
here.
meeting.
We're going to be here.
Yeah, budget meeting.
Yeah, we got a
don't
budget
use a
meeting.
building.
Okay, perfect. That'll be at the pavilion then. Okay.
When did you say it was?
Their next park board meeting is September 16th at 5:30 at the pavilion. Because we have budget meeting here on September 16th at 5:30. Which takes precedent. Okay. Give that back to Renee. What was it?
Renee's.
Okay. And
Those are Renee's.
Yep. Okay. Anything else?
One thing,
Yes.
so are we allowing people to drive on the walking path? Everybody looks at me like I'm an idiot because I
No.
don't.
I thought we already
So
said no.
We already said
Nobody's
no.
told us.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
did. We voted on it. We
vote
said
on it.
no.
Yeah. No motorized vehicles.
Okay, so
Now,
it's voted on.
now, with that being
And there's supposed to
said,
be signs.
there are exceptions with the town vehicles maintenance.
And Pam, Watering, or
Yeah,
Dave, or
if there's a
whatever.
911 emergency, then by all means, we got to have somebody out there. You know, those types of things.
No,
But
I
as
figured
for,
voted,
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So are you just saying walking path or are you saying in the park?
Yes.
walking path,
Walking path.
walking
Okay.
path.
Okay.
So you're allowed in the park with a golf cart, but not on the walking path, or not at all?
Well, say if somebody takes
Got
their kids
crossing.
to a ball game.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's gonna
Yeah,
hurt the
I
grass.
mean, we do need to be specific about that.
Right.
Because that happens. So other than town people or whoever's doing maintenance flowers and all that, I don't see a reason for a golf cart or motorized vehicle to be in the walking path area.
I don't either.
Now, the park area, totally different. Where the playground is and where the baseball, softball dot fields are, totally different because some of that area is used for parking, the grass even, whether it's a motorized vehicle or a
Right.
golf
And the
cart.
other thing is some handicapped people
Yes,
Mhm.
are brought up
right.
closer to
Do
the
that.
park.
right.
But I've also seen that at the splash pad. So
So we
some take
do
their
need to
kids.
get
Can they
signage.
cross it?
though. We do need to get signage, something that's really visible, and of course that's going to have to go on a post or something.
Yeah.
Um,
We need an ordinance to enforce it.
I think we need to figure it out.
We don't have no ordinance to
Yeah.
enforce it, so we can say get off. If they
Yes.
say no,
Because we really.
Because
all
do
have-
we need to
all we
post those
really have is
signs?
the resolution, isn't it?
Yeah, we just
Right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. And do we put those up along the path, like this? You know, like you'd see no motorized vehicle signs. Do we
Is that
have any
like the
no motorized
entrance?
vehicle signs?
So basically they can cross the path to get like if
Like
somebody's
for the splash
handicapped
pad.
and
Right,
wants to watch their
splash pads, right,
grandkids. Okay.
right.
I
But
can
as a
show
regular
you.
basis, no.
But
No,
the thing
regular
is,
count.
so right now, it's like I'm with Jim, it's unenforceable at this point because
Right.
nobody has any notice.
Right.
There's no
Right.
sign.
We
there's
don't have no
Right.
ordinance for me to write it for.
Right.
Yeah.
So can you, actually, is that a sign that we could possibly get from county?
I'll check with them.
Okay, perfect.
Jim, I could call the guy up there in the scooter, motorized.
Oh, yeah.
He's pulling somebody else behind him.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's we stopped whenever it got locked up about some dues and we should let certain people in. I either do everybody or nobody.
Right.
I see motorcycles up the road.
Mm-hmm.
Motorcycles,
Oh, yeah.
electric bikes.
The one day I was up there was 3 different vehicles up there.
Did we put that in the newsletter though,
Yeah.
so everybody can know it all?
We got to get our postage thing figured out
I
for the
thought you did
newsletter.
put that in last
So
time.
hopefully-
I thought you did put that in one.
I did put it in.
It
once
was in there
newsletter,
once,
yeah.
yeah.
Right?
But I think before we run it again, we probably should know exactly what we're
That was the
allowing,
thing. I think
and what we're not allowing,
we
correct?
passed a resolution to
Do that.
make an ordinance, but we never did the ordinance.
Right.
We never followed through. I think that's what happened.
So do we need, not a resolution, we made a motion.
Motion.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
that, but we did not.
You need an ordinance. If you
Yes,
want
we
us
need
to
an
be
ordinance.
involved.
Exactly.
We have no
So
teeth.
can you work on that? Perfect. Okay. All
Can
right,
I ask something
quick.
of you, Rebecca? On ordinances, we used to put, for the purpose of knowing yays and nays, we used to have all the council names. Now we're just doing Pam and I, and then there's 2 signature places
Yes.
for Pam and I, and it's,
Basically the same, because you're attesting to it, but.
Yeah.
Yes, we
But-
can do all the numbers if you want to.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
and I
that
can
makes
do
more
that.
sense.
I can do that signature page. I just,
No,
it just
They type
helps
them out.
when you look back.
They top them out, so
Okay.
yeah, from here on out, we should. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay. I will accept a meeting to adjourn. I will take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0.
Fred was second, right?
Yes. And can we
What
shut-
time?
8:05.
It is at 8:05. Sorry, Josh. That went longer than expected.
Josh, do you have a card for someone?
Probably in my truck.
Good.
A lot of times people ask me to email them, so I don't carry them a lot of times anymore.